Top of the hour. Well, we talk about today being 26th of November, which marks 75 years of the adoption of the Indian Constitution by the Constituent Assembly on 26th of November 1949. Today, President Draupadi Murmu, Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar and Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be attending the Samvidhan Day or the Constitution Day event. As far as the Prime Minister, the President and the Vice President will be addressing the nation during the event that will take place at the Central Hall of the Old Parliament building, now known as the Samvidhan Sadan. Now, ahead of the celebrations, the Samvidhan Divas, which has now become a point of contention between the government and the opposition, with the leaders of the India bloc writing to the Lok Sabha Speaker seeking an invitation for the leader of opposition in Lok Sabha, Rahul Gandhi, to address the event too. The leaders are of the view that the LOP or the leader of opposition is a constitutional post, and Rahul Gandhi coined the safe constitution term. Hence, he must be allowed to address the event as well. Union Minister Kiran Rijiju has clarified that Prime Minister Modi will not be addressing the event and has accused the opposition of speaking without knowing the actual arrangements wherein it comes to the address that would be given by the President of India.
मैं मानता हूं कि ये कोई पार्टीबाजी नहीं होकर के, कोई पॉलिटिकल आइडियोलॉजी, कोई पॉलिटिकल पार्टी, कोई इस गुट उस गुट का नहीं, एक भारतीय होने के नाते हम संविधान दिवस को मनाएंगे.
Well, today is the day that marks the Samvidhan Divas, and on part of the opposition parties, there seems to be an appeal or a request that has now been made on part of the leader of opposition, Rahul Gandhi, to be also a part of this event, to allow him to speak and address the parliamentarians. However, when it comes to the opposition's demand of Rahul Gandhi's address, the government of India has now responded with the Constitution Day event that will be organized in the Old Parliament building, where it comes to the address that will be given by the President of India. Let's get in a word from Mohit, who is joining us live right now. Mohit, good morning. Today's Constitution Day or the Samvidhan Divas, now it is already, as far as even before the celebrations begin, marred with controversy, with a special request or a demand that is now coming in from the opposition side.
Well, Amita, good morning to you too. And today is the day when the historic Constitution Day celebrations will take place inside the Old Parliament building. Now, President Draupadi Murmu will be addressing the joint sitting of the Parliament. Now, you know what happened? Opposition leaders yesterday wrote a letter to the Speaker and to the concerned authorities, and they basically stated that both the leader of the opposition, both the opposition leaders from Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha should be allowed to speak at the Constitution Day program. Now, they also stated that if Prime Minister is speaking, then the opposition leaders from Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha should also speak. Now, to which the government clearly clarified that Prime Minister will not be speaking on the event. It will be the President, Lok Sabha Speaker and the other dignitaries who will be speaking at the event, but Prime Minister will not be speaking from the dais at the event. So the government also stated, and specifically Kiran Rijiju, and he slammed the opposition, saying that they are trying to politicize this issue also without knowing the actual arrangement. They are just trying to score political brownie points by it. Now, what we know as of now is that the opposition parties have agreed that if Prime Minister is not speaking, then they have taken their demand back. But then it's a controversy that erupted with the opposition leaders writing to the Lok Sabha Speaker, to the Parliamentary Affairs Minister, that both the leaders, both the opposition leaders from Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha should be allowed to speak, but the government clarified that Prime Minister Narendra Modi is not speaking on the occasion. So we have to wait and watch what exactly the opposition will have to say on this today. But yes, today is a very, very historic day. Now, today marks 75 years of adoption of Indian Constitution.
Is already speaking on the issue there, Mohit, as we talk about today being the occasion of Samvidhan Divas, and when it comes to all of the parliamentarians that would be gathering in the Central Hall of the Old Parliament building, in the Central Hall there, when it comes to the opposition on not an invitation being extended to the leader of opposition in Lok Sabha, which is Rahul Gandhi, the opposition, mainly the Congress party, has deemed it as a mockery of the Constitution.
The Constitution provides the equal place for government side and opposition side. Prime Minister is speaking, both the House Chairperson is speaking, but no role for opposition leader. As per the Constitution, they are making Constitution as a mockery.
November 25th marks the 75th anniversary of Baba Saheb Ambedkar's famous historic speech that he gave in the Constituent Assembly on the 25th of November 1949. 25th of November 1949, where he said that the entire credit for the Constitution must go to the Congress Party. The discipline that the Congress Party ensured in the Constituent Assembly, and in fact Babasaheb Ambedkar himself said, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar himself said that the entire credit for the smooth sailing of the Constitution must go to the Congress Party. The same people who are trying to celebrate it tomorrow and claim credit attacked the Constitution, saying it was not inspired by Manusmriti.
Now, when it comes to save the Constitution, that seems to be a poll plank for Rahul Gandhi and the opposition at large, where Rahul Gandhi often tries to paint the government at the centre, led by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, as working against the Constitution. Congress and the opposition members have carried copies of the Constitution to Parliament, where Rahul Gandhi has carried copies of the Constitution to his election rallies as well. The voters seem to have rejected this narrative, as it is evident in the recently concluded elections that have taken place both in Haryana and also in Maharashtra, blunting the Congress's attack on the BJP on the issue of Constitution. The Prime Minister in the past has said that those who imposed emergency have no right to profess their love for the Constitution. On June 25th, the day of the emergency that was declared in 1975, which is observed now as Samvidhan Hatya Divas, the BJP in fact has reminded the Congress of how Rahul Gandhi only talks while the Prime Minister leads by example. Especially during the 2024 Lok Sabha election campaign, the Prime Minister said for him that Constitution is sacred, it is supreme, and he has even termed the Constitution as his guiding light. He said that his government's only religion is India first, and his government's only religious book is Indian Constitution. Let's get in a word from Shehzad Poonawalla of the BJP joining us this morning. Shehzad, good morning. As far as the BJP says, Prime Minister's action towards Constitution is louder than Congress's words. However, there seems to be miffed on not getting an invitation to Rahul Gandhi to speak at the event.
First of all, when this event or this commemoration was started, who boycotted even the commemoration which was being led by first Adivasi president of this country? It was the Congress party. Suddenly today they want not only invite but permission to speak in an event that Prime Minister is also not going to speak at, which has been confirmed. But having said that, look at who is preaching Constitution. Those who are the biggest abusers of Constitution, who imposed emergency, who did not want Constitution to be implemented in Jammu Kashmir by supporting Article 370, those who say that Muslim reservation should be given, which is against the Indian Constitution and Ambedkarji spirit, those who defeated Ambedkarji twice, those who delayed Bharat Ratna to Ambedkarji by 40 years, they are talking about Ambedkarji and Constitution. Are 100 चूहे खाकर Congress हज को चली. So let us now, honestly, the Congress party, if they are with the Constitution, they must tell us Revant Reddy has spoken on Muslim reservation. Is it for Constitution or against Constitution? And Mr. Nomani was appealing for vote jihad. The Congress party was supporting it. Was it for Constitution or against Constitution? Taking away OBC Arakshan and giving it to the Muslim vote bank. Is it for Constitution or against Constitution? Opposing the removal of Article 370 is against Constitution or for Constitution? So Congress party must answer these questions. Problem is that they have only one issue. Constitution khatre mein hai. Maharashtra and Haryana both have responded to them.
All right, Shehzad Poonawalla, thank you very much for joining in. That is how the